So what do you remember most about Think and Die Thinking?
I remember it being really positive. I remember being happy the whole time I was there at the fest and the related events, and it being super supportive and encouraging and really inclusive.
What was your involvement with the fest? How did you meet everyone?
I had met people through playing shows originally, and Bay Area Booking Collective. I guess those are the two ways I met people, and I played in one of the bands.
What band?
Tender Buttons.
Cool. What role? Well, I guess this might be the same thing, but what role have you played in participating in the fest?
I guess as a performer or as in a band playing on stage, and I don't know, as a supporter of everyone else.
Cool. Do you remember how you heard about Think and Die Thinking?
I was trying to remember. I don't know if I saw a flyer or a website, but I think it was 2011, which maybe was the second year that you did it, or the first year, and Tender Buttons had just started, and I'd actually, I didn't, I was nervous, but we still wrote to you, and I think John pretty much wrote for our band, and then we didn't end up doing it. But then got to know people involved in the collective and playing more shows with some of the bands who played, and I also had heard about it because some of my friends were playing that year.
Who was playing?
I want to say either Livid or American Splits, and I think Sunny Reaper or Shaggy played.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Not like more. Who did you meet through the fest?
Oh gosh. I met a lot of people from San Jose, which was awesome because everyone in San Jose that I've met is really awesome. Met people from Breathing Patterns, a band. I met somebody named Caroline who happened to live in my neighborhood in San Francisco, coincidentally. I think they were tabling and they had some art and stuff. And then just a lot of people in bands and just people who came to the fest.
So I'll ask you more like below the surface questions now. What is the purpose of intentional space, and how does Think and Die Thinking fulfill that? Oh, hold on.
I need to grab something.
Okay.
I have to grab it.
Over there? Sorry.
This thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna make the roster.
Cool.
So it'll be easier for everyone. Thank you.
The purpose of intentional space, I guess, would be to create space for people and different projects or whatever that either want a specific space for a certain reason, or there's a need for it.
Have you felt a need for intentional space?
Yes.
Personally?
Yes. When I started playing music and I started playing more shows, I was in a band where I wasn't involved in booking at all. I didn't know anybody, and we played a lot of shows where myself and the singer were the only female-bodied, female-identified people. I don't think there were a lot of queer folks, so it felt really good to be in an intentional space like Think and Die Thinking, where people were more thoughtful about who is included and what the focus is. I guess that's part of it too. like on being yourself and maybe not necessarily it being about like being in a bar, you know, maybe it's more focused on the people and whatever you're trying to create and who you want to be there.
Cool. Do you think that it's important to politicize punk and politicize DIY culture currently?
Yes, I do. Just trying to think about how to say this. I think that it's always relevant. I guess it depends how you define punk. The way I define it, kind of meaning like it is synonymous with DIY or doing something that you've never done before. You don't need to have learned and had lessons to play an instrument. You just did it, or you learned how to screen print and you just did it. Maybe your friend taught you or something like that. And I think when, I guess, in more normative spaces or society in general, as much as there is with as much as technology has grown, and I feel it's funny because I feel like we're kind of in a do-it-yourself culture where if you have technology accessible to you, like your phone that has a camera or something, or you have you can make music somehow and put it on the internet. It's like more far-reaching, but at the same time, there's still that kind of disconnect, or there's, I don't know. I still come across people who ask me like, or tell me I should really learn my instrument and things like that.
Wow, people tell you that?
Yes.
So, wow.
Yeah.
What are some of the bands that you really can remember vividly, like seeing at Thinking Night Thinking, or some of the moments, I guess?
I guess I really remember Placentar and Fat Transfer, and there were a lot of bands I missed because I was not there the first day, but I remember Three Sheet. I think that's one of the first times that's the first time I met them, I believe. I think Hazel's Wart. I think I saw some of Breathing Patterns. I remember I went to a zine workshop that Noah put on, and that was really awesome, and I wish I'd gone to more workshops, and I just remember people being really friendly, and a lot of cool zines and tablers.
Awesome. Cool. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
What else? I guess who is this best benefiting the most?
Oh.
I think that was one of the more bigger questions.
Yeah. I think it's benefiting probably anyone who wants to started, is trying to finish, or it's like ongoing, any kind of creative project, or to be kind of to meet people or to like build community. I think that's that's what I see, and especially people in San Jose and the South Bay, and hopefully youth, because I wish that I feel like I'm in my adolescence a lot, even though I'm almost 30, because I feel if I had this now, I don't know, I think it would have been really awesome.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, I started crying. I'm glad.
Really?